Hey, Book Dragons, I am so glad that you're here today. Thank you for joining me for my weekly digest. We're going to talk about all the books I read and one book that I finished this week, so I'm really excited about that, making some progress. And then we'll talk about a few other things as we normally do. So here we go. If you need to grab some snacks or drinks to have with the video, go ahead and pause it right here. I'd be happy to wait for you. And otherwise, we're going to move right into it. So, the first thing I want to talk about is that I finished Something Wicked This Way Comes by Ray Bradbury. And I liked it quite a bit. It was not my favorite book by any means. And I don't know that it'll even make my top 10 of the year. In fact, I'm positive it won't. But it was good. I read, or I attempted to read a few months back, The Illustrated Man, and I DNF'd that about halfway through. I did not, it just was not for me. But I was not giving up on Ray Bradbury because I enjoyed Fahrenheit 451. So I wanted to read Something Wicked This Way Comes. I have a couple other books of his that I want to read as well, like Dandelion Wine, and I think The Halloween Tree is one of his, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I'm invested in trying more of I can't talk. Ray Bradbury. But I did enjoy this, and you'll probably see this pop up on a review video where I talk about a few different books, maybe. So that is that. I also continued reading, finally, The Reformatory by Tananarive Due. And it's still not very far into the book. We've just gotten to the part where the little boy actually gets to the reformatory. And it's still a very heavy book, very heavy subject matter, because it takes place in an era where racial tensions are high, Jim Crow era. So, and it's, of all places, it's in South Florida, and so, it's just way down deep south where everybody was just hateful towards black people. And so it's heavy, and it's taking me a while to read it, but I'm glad I got back into it. It's going to be a slow read for me, though. Another slow read for me, because of the subject matter, is Mouse. Now, I did finally get back to reading some of Mouse this week. I read about 20 pages in Mouse, and it's good. I'm enjoying it. Well, I don't know if enjoy is the right word, but it's a good book. It's an excellent way of telling the story of this particular family's experiences in the Holocaust, and it's heavy, guys. And so I'm taking my sweet time with this one. I'm not rushing myself. So that is definitely something I'm happy I got back to this week. And then, let's see, I also got deep into Empire of the Dawn by Jay Kristoff. Oh, guys, I am so happy to be back in this world. This is easily my book of the week. I am so immersed in this story. I love the first two books. The story just keeps getting better, and it's no different with this book. Guys, if you were worried that it might feel different than the first two books, it doesn't so far. We'll still wait to see if he sticks the landing, but I have high hopes because the writing, the witty humor, the character development for Gabriel De Leon and the other members of his party, just such brilliant writing. So I'm very invested in this book, and I can't wait to read more. And that's really all I got up to this week. I did not get back to Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell, and that's totally okay. But yeah, it's been a very, very good reading week for me. Now, on the channel front, talking about channel notes here, I've got a few things. My New York travel vlog released on Tuesday. So if you have not had a chance to watch that and you're interested in travel/reading vlogs, go check that out. My partner is featured a few times. Some other booktubers are featured a few times. So yeah, check that video out if you're interested. I will have my video review for Misery coming out on Tuesday, this next Tuesday. And it is going to be a dual review for the book and also the movie. There will be a spoiler-free section and a spoiler section, just like with Pet Sematary. I feel this book warrants it. This book hit me in some different ways, and so I want to talk about that. I have an idea to do some coloring vlogs. Now, this will be, well, if I can get it here, this will be very book-related, okay? You may have seen when I talked about all the books I got in New York when I visited the Strand. One of the books I talked about that I did not get at the Strand but was given to me as a gift by Joe from Book Buds, and that is a Robin Hobb coloring book. And this is for The Realm of the Elderlings. It's an adult coloring book. And I've got some markers that I want to use with it. And yes, I have a bleed protector so that it doesn't bleed through the page onto other pages. I've got that taken care of. So I'm thinking, if you guys are interested, I'm thinking about doing some color with me videos. And, you know, you'll just be sitting there watching me color. I'll have some calming music on in the background. And I will also spend some time talking about the particular scene that I am coloring from that book and where that scene takes place or who that character is. It's an odd idea, I know. It's a different idea. But it is bookish, you know, it's book-related, and it would be a way to talk about The Realm of the Elderlings, which is fast becoming one of my favorite series of all time. And I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, if that would be something that you would enjoy watching from me. And I may do a test run anyway. I may just do one to see how it goes and see what kind of feedback I get. But I'm excited, and I hope you guys would be excited by that as well. So, and then I am going to be doing an end-of-the-year video just on some random topics that are happening in my life. Not necessarily that will affect the channel, but they might affect the channel a little bit. And I've done random chazziness videos in the past, and if you have enjoyed those, you will probably enjoy this video. It's going to be another random chazziness. I don't know which number it is at this point. I think I've done 2 or 3 of them, but it will be a numbered random chazziness video, and you'll be able to hear some of the things that are happening in my life and some of the really exciting plans that are happening in my life as of right now, and some exciting things for my writing, things like that. So if that's something you're excited about, let me know in the comments below, and keep a watch out for it, because I will be posting about it and kind of giving you guys a heads up of when it's coming. So I've got a lot of holiday content planned, and it's probably going to be like a holiday edition video. So I've already got 3 holiday videos planned, and this will be a 4th one, you know, just kind of an end of the year, what's happening in my life type of video. So if you're interested in that, awesome. If you're not, I don't expect you to watch it, of course. So, you know, if you would be bored by that, please move on and watch other content of mine. And of course, as always, if you want to watch other content of mine, you can see options on the end screen at the end of this video. So stick around to the end so you can see that end screen, okay? That's all I've got as far as channel notes go. Now, other shenanigans that I got up to was mostly entertainment related. We watched the original TV miniseries of Stephen King's It. I'd never seen it before. I know, the outcry is probably huge right now. I have never seen it before, and I really, really love it. I'm a huge fan of Tim Curry. I really am. I love Tim Curry in all the roles I've seen him in. I haven't seen all of his movies, but every one I've seen him in, he's done a bang-up job. I mean, some of my favorites are Cardinal Richelieu from The Three Musketeers. The Butler in Clue is always a classic, but I think my absolute favorite role of his is Darkness in the movie Legend. And you may not realize that that's Tim Curry, but that's Tim Curry, the big guy with red skin and the dark black horns. That's Tim Curry. And of course, he was in Annie as well, the con artist that tried to pass himself off as Annie's dad. So he's had a lot of iconic roles, and I can see why Stephen King's It is so iconic a role for him. It didn't age well, in my opinion, compared to the new movies with Bill Skarsgård in the role. It just doesn't measure up. But that's okay, because it was a completely different type of movie that they were going for. Tim Curry's It was much more comical, even though he was scary, but he was much more comical than the outright freak show that we got in the new It movies, which I think is probably more accurate to the character, if I'm being honest, to make him more of a freak show and just an absolute monster. And there were elements of that in the original miniseries, but it was much more comical, much more, they really played up the clown aspect of Pennywise. I enjoyed it, but I don't think I'd watch it again. It's like a once watch for me, whereas the newer It movies, I would watch those at least 2 or 3 more times. I really enjoyed those movies. So yeah, I compared it to the difference between Jack Nicholson's Joker and Heath Ledger's Joker. Jack Nicholson's Joker was a much more comedic type of role, and Heath Ledger's version was just out and out, dark psychopath version of the Joker. And both are warranted. Both are rooted in the comics. There's versions of both in the comics, and I think they have their place. And I think both of these versions of It have their place as well. So I don't want to knock it. It's a great film. I just prefer the newer ones. But Tim Curry, yeah, he was really, really good in the TV movies. So, all right. So I've gone on a long time about Stephen King's It, but we're going to do a little bit more because I'm going to talk about Welcome to Derry. We watched episode 3 of Welcome to Derry, and oh my gosh, guys, oh my gosh, this show is terrifying, and I am so invested in the story. I'm really excited to see where it goes, and I'm not going to talk about spoilers, but I just want to say, if you guys have not watched Welcome to Derry, if you've been on the fence about whether you should even bother watching it, I'm here to tell you that you are missing out, and you should really watch this show. If you are a fan of it at all, even if you've only seen the movies, you need to watch this. It's just an absolute must watch. I'm loving it, and I can't wait to see more. So just take it from me. I did not enjoy the book, but the movies and this show was chef's kiss. It's just a fantastic show. So That's all I've got on that front. Let me know in the comments below what you got up to this week. I would love to hear from you. I'd love to hear how your reading is going, what some of your favorite books have been this week. Maybe you watched some shows. What did you get up to this week? I would love to talk with you in the comments. Let me know what you thought about some of the stuff I shared as well. And until next time, guys, make sure you read more books and check out the end screen for more videos from me.